everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Raquel Smith, Jamaican living in Trinidad and Tobago. So if you check in my bio, you will see where I said that I'm a Jamaican living in Trinidad and Tobago. I've been living in Trinidad and Tobago for the past 6 years. In some other videos, I will, as we go along, as we get to know each other, I will share some of my experiences here in Trinidad and Tobago. Some are good, some are bad. I've met some great persons as well as some quote-unquote not so great persons, but as we go along and get to know each other, I will share. Now today, I'm gonna just give a little snaps of how we moved from Jamaica to Trinidad and Tobago, my fiance and I, and 2 of our kids. I have 3 kids, but my eldest son is living in Jamaica. He was living with his dad at the time, and so I just moved with the other small ones that is with me now. Now, how did we decide to move to Trinidad and Tobago? Now, what happened is that I had a cousin who was living here in Trinidad and Tobago, and he introduced us to the fact of coming to Trinidad and Tobago because my fiance wanted to get a better job. Some of us know how the job situation is in Jamaica, so that was one of the main reasons why we moved to Trinidad and Tobago. We never know nothing about Trinidad and Tobago. We never research, we never do nothing. We just hear that we want to go to, hear that, you know, job opportunities are better here, so we decide to move here. Now, my fiance, his parents, when we told them that we were moving to Trinidad, they were very, very scared. They were very concerned. They were worried because of the crime situation that they heard on the news, on the internet, how Trinidad and Tobago is wicked and how they have a lot of crime and killing and all of that. But in spite of all of that, we just decided that we're not gonna listen to that. You know, not that we were not concerned, because I was concerned myself, and we said, you know, we're just gonna take a chance and just move to Trinidad and Tobago, because we're not trouble nobody, we're not troublemakers with it. So we just say, all right, just pack up and leave. So my fiance came first. He moved first here, and then I came here like a month after. Now, when I was planning to come, in my head, we both discussed. I said, well, if I don't like the place, or if it can't work out for us, I will just stay in Jamaica and stay with the kids, and you could just work and visit, and we just visit each other back and forth until, you know. So anyways, I came with the kids. He came first a month before, and then I came with the kids. Now, when I came, the flight was 3.5 hours from Jamaica, roughly. The flight was supposed to be 3.5 hours from Jamaica to Trinidad and Tobago, but however, we got some other mixed up with the flight, so we end up taking a connected flight, which took us to Panama and then here. Now, my expectation was, oh, I'm going to foreign, I could see different type of house, different type of car. But to my surprise, when I came, it's as if I was still in Jamaica, because I'm seeing board houses, I'm seeing block houses, I'm seeing the same type of cars, or even most of the cars, or older version of the cars than what I see in Jamaica. No disrespect to Trinidad and Tobago, but I was seeing like older versions of cars. I was seeing a lot of bush, just like when we used to in Jamaica. Narrow roads, just the same. Buildings, KFC, Burger King, everything else just the same. So I felt as if I was still in Jamaica. No, we adjusted really fast and really quickly because we ended up getting an apartment to next door to the first place I worked when I came to Trinidad and Tobago. No, when I came, I was trained as an RN in Jamaica, but when I came, I was trained as an RN in Jamaica, but when I came here, I didn't come here with papers and stuff like that. And then I was told by my cousin and another person from here that, oh, you can't get no job in Trinidad and Tobago if you don't have papers and stuff like that. And I will be coming as a visitor, so it will be impossible. And they're not supposed to employ you unless you have papers and stuff like that. So when I came through immigration, I got 6 months in the country along with the kids. Now, got the job. I wasn't thinking of say, okay, I could apply for a job maybe at the nearby hospital or something like that. Mind you, I studied nursing in Jamaica at a prominent university, but I did not finish my degree program. So even though I didn't finish my degree program, I worked in Jamaica in the nursing field, just the same in other institutions, in private institutions mostly. So when I came here and I went to the place, that's a medical facility that is close to where I was living, I got the job right away. The same day I got the job. So I started working there as one of the head nurses because there was another head nurse there, and then I came and joined in, and there were other nurses there, and so we working apart from the person that owns the place. No, the person that owns the place was in fact a RN who was working in the hospital as well, but she opened that facility. I went to work there, and so I was working along with one of the staff nurses as one of the head nurses with injection, medication, whatever. We were in charge of that aspect of the facility when it relates to patients. As for my children, when we came, I couldn't find a school because I don't know the place or anything. So I started to walk on the road, and I was looking for schools. Now the nearest school I found was like maybe about 3 miles away from where I live. And then because I don't know how the taxi run, based on where I live, there was no exact route of taxi that runs from where I live to where the school is. So I had to walk with the children. I started them out in school and I had to be walking. So how I would carry the kids, I would have one on my neck and one in my hand. So the smaller one, which is my daughter, I would have her on my neck, and then my son, I was holding his hand, and then that is just how I would take them. Now mind you, my fiance was at work because he would have to leave to work, and even today, which he still does, he would have to leave like 4 a.m. in the morning for work at that time. So I had to be up at 3 a.m. prepare his lunch and whatever, because wherever they're going each day, sometimes they'll be going to places where there's no refrigerator or anything to heat any food, because they're going, most time they're going to plazas, people homes, whatever. So I have to prepare his food, and then I will have to get the kids off. So I have to take that 3-mile walk, and sometimes the sun would come up, and I tell you people, the sun in Trinidad and Tobago is hot. The heat, Trinidad and Tobago to me is as hot as Spanish Town. Those of us who know about the heat in Spanish Town, Jamaica, or the heat in Santa Cruz, St. Elizabeth, that is the type of heat that is in Trinidad and Tobago. So I had to walk with those kids. So I'd walk, take them, go to work, go for them in the evening, put them on my back, walk just the same, and get home. But I didn't mind. And to me, those were one of the hardest days in Trinidad and Tobago when I came here, because this was strange to me, because when I was in Jamaica, normally for my eldest son and my second son, when he started school, I would have somebody to come and pick them up. No, we come and we don't know nobody and stuff like that. I don't know anybody. I'm just trying to get used to the place and get adjusted to the place. So I was walking with these kids. So eventually I get to know the principal of the school and stuff like that, and she indicated to me that she wanted to move the school. So on my way home walking, one day I realized that there was this place for rent. So I went and I told her, and that's how the school was moved to closer to me, like maybe about 10 minutes walk or so to my house where I was living. Working at this facility was very good, and at the time my boss was very understanding, you know, and she was very understanding. So at that time I was allowed to, when the kids come from school in the evening, I was allowed to keep them there. I would put them in a room to sit down, give them something to write, put them in a settee to sit down, let them watch some TV, cartoon or whatever, of which I am grateful up to this day, because not many places you can take your kids. So that's how we would juggle. Sometimes I'll have to work the night shift. So when my fiance comes from work, he would pick up the kids, go home, which is just across the fence. Thanks be to God, at that time it was very convenient. So he would come for them at the gate. I would hand them over to him. He would go, he would prepare them. When he used to leave early in the morning, like 3 a.m., he would have to prepare his food. Then he would have to take back those kids to me in that early morning, and then put them through the gate, give me out, put them to finish sleep until I get up and start looking about my patients and stuff. And we did that for quite a while. I remember that at that time too, we had a landlord, and the landlord was very, very kind to us, because some of the days was after I get used to her and she saw the struggle, she would offer to keep the kids for me. At the time, my daughter, as I said, my daughter was about 3.5, my son was about 5. So she would keep the kids for me until my spouse get home. Or sometimes I would have to work on a weekend, he have to work on a weekend, on a Sunday or a Saturday. She would keep them for me, watch the kids for me. When I reach home, they would be bathed, they would eat, everything. All I have to do is just give them a bag with their clothes and with stuff to eat and whatever. And anywhere she going in the car, she and her children, she would take them. So that for me was very, very special moment when I came to this country, and when I was struggling just to survive. Don't know nobody, you know, we don't have no family here, we just move here. Because by the time we reach here, my cousin who get us here initially, he left. So we were here, no family, nobody. So we're just here trying to survive and navigate, because we decided that we now go back to Jamaica, because when we were in Jamaica, it was such a struggle for us, because my fiance was not working all the time based on the job that he does. He was working, yes, but not like every week. It would be sometimes he would be working, sometimes he would be home, and then we just had to be juggling and trying to survive. At one point, I remember we got some chickens, we got a coop, we started raising some chicken. We have about 400 chicken. Sometimes when we have the chickens, we'd have to trust it out to the shopkeeper, and then the shopkeeper would pay us when those chickens are sold. So I mean, no, we're not suffering, but for us, we wanted something steady, especially for my fiance. He wanted something steady to be doing, like constantly working. He wanted to have a full-time job. So that is the main reason why, you know, we came here. And for that, we are grateful. For that, I am still thankful to be able to visit another country. And it's good to travel out of your comfort zone, out of your country. Sometimes you have new experiences, you meet new people, you have I mean, it's a whole different culture, so you learn a lot of stuff. Now in another video, I will share some of the stuff that we learned, some of the people I met, some good, some quote unquote not so good, some of the journeys. There are lots that I want to share with you, so just stay tuned to another video. I will share some of my experiences and my journey here in Trinidad and Tobago as a Jamaican, and I will explain and I will explore with you guys, and maybe teach you a thing or two about Trinidad and Tobago that you have not known, or what you never know about Trinidad and Tobago. So thanks for watching, and you all have a good one. Watch out for the next video. All right, I did well, right? I'm kind of nervous, but I think I did well.